Tony Yayo. What you think about him?
I never really was into Tony Yayo. I don't think Tony Yayo is somebody that needs to be paid attention to as far as music. I think he just needs to be paid attention to as far as loyalty, because that's one of the things that people always attach him with is loyalty. I consider Tony Yayo to be more like a Mr. Belvedere or like Bentley Farnsworth type of person. So I don't really take him serious. Not saying that he's not a serious person. I just mean as far as music, I don't take him serious. Because let's say if he wasn't attached to 50, how would you know him? You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't see Tony Yayo doing anything without that association and him going off and doing his own thing. I don't think he could ever be a solo person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
I hate
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because some people will look at Banks and say, you know, I can see Banks doing some stuff because, you know.
Well, Banks was like the most lyrical one to the people. He was the one with the most lyrical.
But it's
anyway.
It's that line of thinking with Tony Yayo. I don't see him in that same lane. I see him more as a sidekick and a sidekick only.
I feel so like Memphis Bleak to Jay-Z.
Yeah, so I don't take him really serious because of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So not saying that there's any disrespect against Tony Yayo because loyalty is important. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in 50 camp because everybody jumped ship and was on some punk stuff.
Yeah, but then loyal to a fault. It's kind of like when you see an actor or an actress play a role that is so iconic they can't do anything else after that because they always look at that person as that character. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I mean. You did so much of a good job being a loyal butler to where now that's all I see you as.
I can't see you musically.
I can't see you musically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But no disrespect to Tony Yayo. Like I said, loyalty is important. He has his position. He knows his role.
Right.
And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's an employee.
Right.
To 50.
Right.
50 is the star. He's the sidekick.
Right. That's a good analogy, if that's the word.
No, I'm just being honest. There's certain people that do movies or do television shows
and they good
where
side characters.
They get so popular as being that character that you can't see them doing anything outside of that character. Yeah. That could be a good thing, and it also could be a bad thing because it can stifle your career. You know what I'm saying? So they stop you at this moment in time when you might have other things to offer, but nobody's willing to listen to it because their minds is only focused on this one thing when they see you.
Go fetch us a drink.
I wouldn't go that far. That's kind of messed up. I didn't say he was a gopher. I didn't say all that. I did say he was a butler. So yeah, butler would do something like that. Open the door. Right. Where's my umbrella? Right. You know what I'm saying?
No, what made me bring it up though, because I busted out my CDs. You know, I had to pull out my music, and I'd be like, I want to ride to something. And just, I had Tony Yayo first album. I got it. And I was like, I played it before and I liked it. And I said, let me bump on Tony Yayo and just, listen to his shit. And his shit is dope.
That's what I said. There's no disrespect to Tony Yayo. I have
14 songs, about 9 of them is really, really good. He was talking that shit. And I was like, that's what made me want to ask you that. Because, from watching him on Vlad, and him in the beef with me, Memphis Bleak. And, I think Vlad.
Man, 50 said I'll pay him. I think it was like $1 million to stop
just start
going
your
on
own show, right?
Yeah, stop going on DJ Vlad. Like, stop doing, because DJ Vlad supposedly pays people to be on
now
the show.
He does, yeah, which is
You know
smart.
what I'm saying?
And I give him props for that. You gotta give DJ Vlad.
Well, I mean, dude,
if
you're like on episode 14, like how he was doing with
Ari Spears
and Lord Jamar.
And Lord Jamar.
You know what I'm saying? Where you just continuously being a part of the show, I think you should get some compensation for that show.
Right.
But then what 50 was doing was, I don't like Vlad. I don't want you going on Vlad. I understand why you on Vlad. I appreciate what you saying about me while you on there. But I don't want you doing it no more.
Yeah, I'll give you your own show.
Yeah. We'll go in a different direction. And if it is the money, you know what I'm saying, then let's talk about that.
Right.
But while we talk about that, stop fucking with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And his loyalty said what?
He checked for that.
He said, okay.
Yeah. Well, why you it like that?
Okay.
No, he checked Vlad to where Vlad probably paid him more, like gave him more and said, all right, I'm gonna start giving you more, like giving you something.
Right.
That's why he came back.
Right.
But okay. So yeah,
Boosie was on there for a lot of episodes. They got Vlad
TK Kirkland
had a lot of people that were on the show that were doing things
Michael
like
J.
that.
White, yeah.
But to get back to Yayo was a spokesperson
for 50, yeah.
For 50,
and 50 needed that, and I love Yayo for that. But Yayo is actually fire. He dope. Like I was bumping that album.
But when he's on the show, he's not talking about, hey, I'm doing the latest
He
thing.
said we have filet mignon pancakes. He said, man, I walk out my house barefoot. He said 50 got me right.
Yeah.
He said I have filet mignon pancakes. You ever had such and such?
But
in the
musically,
Swiss Alps.
but music.
No, they on tour. Him and Murder is on tour. They stay on tour.
But what I mean is, if I go on the show and I am someone that's involved with music, I want to talk about my involvement with my music. I don't really want to talk about somebody else. And that's what I'm trying to say. They're bringing him on the show as a doorway to 50 Cent. Because if I ask
it's about Yayo. It's about Yayo.
Have you seen 50 Cent on Vlad TV?
Hell no. 50
Okay, so wait a minute. How do we get information
about 50
from his man. We can't get 50?
Right, from his man.
So we'll put Tony Yayo on. Are we asking him really about his music?
Well, see, that's what made me.
Or are we really bringing him on to ask him questions about 50?
Because when I listened to his new music, I'm like, But that first album, I don't know if he had a second album. That first album was hard. I was slapping the hell
That's
out
great. That's what I said. I have no disrespect towards Tony Yayo.
Right.
But I'm just talking about his part.
But big ups to Tony Yayo, because Banks, he 50 fell out with Banks. Young Buck, at the height of the beef, when Yuckmouth and Sibo was making Thug Lords and you need a hug. And dissing 50 Cent, Young Buck want to go hang with them. Then he go hang with JT, get his chain snatched in West Point. It's like, then 50 fuck with the game and the game do what the game do. Now, I kind of understand what the game did, but still, like 50 really came and helped him out and really pushed his career. Like, he should have been loyal to a certain extent. Like, he should have been able to talk to 50 and be like, look, man, we a team. It's the unit. But, let me be able to wiggle, because if I could wiggle around other cats, then we can be in different places. I can be ears in different places. But I guess, I don't know if Game had a plan to just use 50 from the gate and just get on and then get on. Or if he just was like, damn, this fool beefing with all the people I kind of look up to and want to mess with in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So by Yayo just sticking by his side, that's solid. That's hella solid. Like you said, that's something that's commendable. Like, and Yayo, I think he dope in his own way. I think his new music, he just need to these old rappers that's still trying to rap, I don't know what happened to their beat selection. He need to get beats, because them beats on that first album, it's like they was getting the hottest beats. You can't really go wrong if you got a hot beat. And then you got a hot hook. Fool got a song with Jagged Edge, with Joe. And shit. Yeah, so shout out Tony Yayo. That man, he's sick. You sick, Yayo. But anyway, let's stay on Vlad for a minute, because you brought up Lord Jamar. And we've been needed to talk about this, but we was doing our thing, we ain't get a chance to, and it's like been long gone, but still.
I got no problems with Lord Jamar. I like Lord Jamar's podcast. I think it's kind of cool, especially being a Bay Area person, how he has his show name, like Yada I mean.
Right.
Because that's kind of our slang and everything.
But he looking at it from the East Coast standpoint, not from our standpoint.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be influenced by someone and not necessarily be in the same city, state, or even country.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, I have a lot of respect for it. And the thing about that is, I think a lot of rappers should start going into the podcast direction, because I think the music direction has kind of slowed up to a point where now a lot of artists don't have that avenue to go down, because people ain't really listening to it anymore. Like hip hop is kind of like fell off a little bit, and everything. Yeah. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. To the block with some good
but
dope.
No, if you gotta to the block and you ain't got no.
But my point is, expand your portfolio.
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what they say? They say failed rappers go run and start doing podcasts. That's the saying. Oh, you ain't hot in the music no more. You didn't make it, so just go and do a podcast. That's like the saying.
But that shouldn't be a hard transition, because their career was based on talking.
I feel like
so you're going from a poem form of talking now to just regular just talking. You know what I'm saying? And if you're an MC, you probably have performed in front of lots of people. So the transition from performing in front of people to now performing in front of a camera for people,
discussing things, discussing situations,
and then not only that, you could probably get, depending on how iconic that rapper is, a lot of inside information that people don't know about it as far as the music business. So they have a lot of information on these podcasts to give to the next generation.
Right. So you like the Yada I Mean podcast?
I like I said, I listened to it. I was listening to it when Godfrey was on there and when Rod Digger was on there. Now it's kind of just him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I love Lord Jamar. I'm a big fan of the music. I had his back to a great extent, but I honestly could not get into his podcast. Like, just him. Like, when Digger was on there and Godfrey, it made it a little more interesting, but I couldn't really get into it where I know episodes back to back. When he was beefing with Crazy Legs and they was talking about fighting, that came up. But before I get into him going back and kissing Vlad's butt, I want to shout out and say Lord Jamar is dope as hell. And when he was beefing with Eminem, I went back and I started pulling out my old brand Nubian albums. And The Foundation, that's a phenomenal album. I've been wanting to say this on the podcast because I want the listeners to go out and get The Foundation. And they had a song called Black Queen. Man, I play that shit on repeat like 1,000 times. Super powerful. And they got one. That whole album was dope. Foundation. I was surprised. Then I went back and I got Love Me or Leave Me Alone. That one's cool. You could tell that was like their second album, so they was still kind of growing. But that first one, of course, Slow Down was fire. But the second one was cool. They was kind of growing, but that foundation, they got one. We gotta love each other. No hate, less love. I'm telling my people what you thinking of. It's love versus hate. Time for my people to eliminate that hate. Less love. Nah, all them fools. All them fools. Lord Jamar came hard on that.
Well,
of course, you know.
I'm a Grand Pooba fan.
Grand Pooba murdered that. And he murdered the song about black women. Black women, oh man, dude. Fans, go out and listen to the foundation. Listen to, I'm tearing up the name. I done forgot the name, but it's dedicated to black women. That song and Love versus Hate off the foundation. And it's hella other ones that was dope on there. But I mean, them two, I slap the hell out of those. I kind of want to take a beat and jump on something. But the foundation. And I was thinking like, cause him was kind of trying to get on his helmet, and I was like, Lord Jamar actually was dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Poopa was the juvenile of the group in the beginning, or you know, the leader of the group at that time. You know, he was the one. But no, on some of them songs, Jamar gave, like on that the Black Love song, Black Women, Lord Jamar came. Poopa murdered it too, but Lord Jamar was right there. And even Sadat was busting hard. All them, their pen was hard. Everybody came and killed that. The
group together is a solid group.
Yeah.
But of course, when they but when you're dealing with the group, you're always going to have your favorites.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that's just the way it is. And for me, it was Grand Pooba. Like, that's why.
Yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie.
Was a fan of Brand Nubian. And then it was Derek X or Sadat X. You know what I'm saying?
Jamar was last?
Yeah, for me, Jamar was last, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
See, I like Sadat X, like his voice, and he's sick.
I just like the way that he maneuvered his words through the music. It wasn't just like a sentence, end it with a rhyme, have another sentence, end it with a rhyme.
Yeah, he was very complex. He
was pretty much all over the place, but it was synchronized. It made sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Then of course, Grand Pooba with his style, his voice, his rhyme pattern, and everything like that. And like I said, for me, Lord Jamar was third. Not saying that I didn't like the group. I really enjoyed their music, and I can still to this day listen to their music because to me it's timeless.
Oh yeah, but I still.
I just have to be honest.
Lord Jamar was second because to me. He was second to me.
I definitely went out and bought 2000. I think it was called 2000. Grand Pooba's solo album with him. I think it was like a Lamborghini or something that was on the album.
I bought the first Grand Pooba album.
You know, so
that was the second one, 2000.
That's when he separated. Well, for me, that's after he was with Brand Nubian when he went and did his own thing.
Yeah, he got two albums or one.
Well, Grand Pooba had a video before they even was there. Grand Pooba was the star. They were just, and then not only that, it's Derek X and Lord Jamar was a group on its own.
Yeah,
they weren't all together three. Yeah, from the start.
So okay, the big kids don't play. That's Grand Pooba's first album.
That's first. They had videos. Yeah.
That was before Brand Nubian?
That's before Brand Nubian.
Grand Pooba had a solo album before Brand Nubian.
Before Brand Nubian.
That's powerful. I forgot. I didn't even trip. Yeah, because I got that. The big kids don't play.
So that's why.
That foundation, though, I'm telling you,
I'm not discrediting their music. What I'm saying is that to get back on track, right? If the music isn't where it needs to be as far as you becoming successful, staying successful, or being relevant or staying relevant, then expand your portfolio and go into different directions with your star power.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because it's a lot easier for those individuals to gain traction faster in the podcast business than it would be some obscure, unknown name person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. For me, a good thing. And they have a lot of knowledge, and they can talk to people about the ins and outs of the music industry. And I like the stories also. You know, when they've done like a concert and stuff, and they talk about, we were in this country and this happened. Or I remember the first time I bumped into my favorite rapper and this happened. You know, those types of stories is good for me. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Because it doesn't always have to be rapping. It could be story time. Yeah,
it could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
It could be story time. Like, take time out to just talk to the people without spitting bars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can have that information be something that, like I said, the next generation can probably pick apart and then either take your advice and do better, or take your advice and don't go in that direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've done it before.
Right. So enough props. Shout out Brand Nubian. And of course. But I want to get on Lord Jamar head. Because I was kind of...
You want to get on his head?
Yep.
What about his head you just want to get on?
Pause.
Yeah. You like his head?
That's too much. Come on, bro.
No, I mean, if you want to get on his head, then...
Yeah, I want to get on his head about boycotting against Vlad, and then doubling back and getting back on it, like making Godfrey fall out with Vlad, and then coming back and getting on there and acting like he wasn't the one that speared the campaign of, well, let's not fuck with him. Oh, damn.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way.
I almost did a whole podcast without one cuss.
Hey, fuck shit, fuckity, fuck, motherfucker. Okay. Asshole.
Hey. Okay.
Just freedom of speech. Just as long as you make sense. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's it.
Because my thing is, he speared the campaign. He was like, nah, we ain't messing with you no more. And you disrespected the minister and woo. And, you know. And then he turned around and go on there. But see, there's a reason why I believe he went on there and doubled back, because he got embarrassed about the flat earth debate when he went on Godfrey's show. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was sad.
That was wild.
That was sad.
That was wild because
that Chris was kind of
he
sad.
just basically
lost it.
Had a full meltdown.
He lost it.
He had a full meltdown.
He control himself.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what tends to happen. Once I run out of things to say, I'm just gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
Now we even.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Damn, that's so fucked up.
You know?
I was sad at first, but then when it all played out, I'm like, oh man, he kind of went out bad. Then he was like, they drugged my weed and they put something in the weed too, because that's why I was tripping. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, bro.
Nah, you just...
Then you fall out with the black man and go back to the white man.
Hey.
What's Jay-Z line? You see your heroes become villains.
Well, if you live long enough, eventually you will become the enemy that you were fighting.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody, but yeah.
Well, no, because what happens is that when you're going after something good and evil, okay, that doesn't mean that what you are doing, even though it's on the side of good, someone doesn't consider it evil. Depends on what side of the fence you on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could be.
Well, if you about your people.
Yeah, but then you can't save everybody.
You can't, but at the same time.
So if
so
I'm trying to save you,
whip this black man,
I'm trying to save
you. Done broke up some black unity to go and do what. I mean, that's what everybody.
But that's mental weakness. How are you gonna let some other man stop you from doing what you want to do? Like, you can give me advice. It depends on me as a man whether or not to take it. I don't have to listen to what you're saying. And then even, let's say for instance, if you did tell me that and I just said, you know what, go fuck yourself. Then what? Oh, well, I don't like you and okay, once again, go fuck yourself. Then what? Like, what possibly could you do? Like, you're trying to convince me to do something, and if I don't want to do it, then just leave it alone. But if you're weak-minded enough to say, okay, and then you go and do it, and then once you do it, you turn around, and now all of a sudden you got a brain, and you're like, wait, what am I doing here? You're a weak-minded person from the beginning. You shouldn't let no other person derail you from what you're doing. I might have a problem with you, but that doesn't mean that the person standing next to me has a problem with you. And nor should I be in a position to talk that person into hating you because I don't like you. That's a weak-minded person. A strong-minded person will tell you, just like I said, go fuck yourself. Y'all two got a problem. I don't have a problem with this person. Y'all two hash that out. Don't bring me involved with that. And if you don't like me hanging out with this person because of what y'all two got going together, it sounds like some whole shit.
But see, the whole point, because they both was not feeling Vlad.
Doesn't matter.
It's just like you.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay, say me and
doesn't
you.
Matter.
Say me and you go on Vlad, and we get into it because just take the same scenario. He disrespect the minister, and you more of a 5%er, and you all into the gods and earth and all of this black this and black that, and you say, man, we should boycott this fool. Yeah, Godfrey don't have to follow you. He could say, no, I choose to still deal with him or whatever. But we are coming together against this enemy. And then a situation happens. You get embarrassed in front of thousands, millions of people. And now, I mean, I guess that was the whole point why it was like, fuck you to Godfrey, pretty much.
Okay, so you basically,
because he told dude,
you basically screwed over somebody else's relationship because of the relationship you have with this other person. How are you that important? Who made you that important to where now you could dictate other people's relationships that you got fucking nothing to do with? I have to be a very weak-minded person to allow you to influence me on some shit that I ain't got nothing to do with. That's between you and that man.
Well, they both have something
and then
to do
what
with
kind of friend are you to even involve me with that shit? I should stop fucking with you.
Right, but wait, which situation?
What I mean is any situation. If there's a problem,
about this situation,
that
Vlad,
situation,
Godfrey and Lord Jamar.
I don't know what's in those guys' minds. I'm talking about on a 35,000 feet in the air vision looking down. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
as far as who you
name some people, because I don't know.
I'll name myself. I will name myself, and I will name you.
We're talking about Vlad's show and the whole situation, so I'm trying to get your idea. The people want to know how you feel about that.
I just told you.
We're not talking about abroad, so how do you feel about that?
I just told you.
What?
You are a weak-minded person if Godfrey's a weak-minded person if you're gonna allow Lord Jamar to talk you into some shit that you ain't got nothing to do with. His problem with Vlad ain't got nothing to do with you.
I don't think.
And if you was a man and you stood on principle, you should have looked him dead in the eye, told him, "Go fuck yourself."
Right.
Don't come to me asking me to do something like that when I ain't got nothing to do with what the hell y'all two got going on.
But see that wasn't
y'all two solved that. Now, if you want me,
they were together when he did that. They wasn't like, "Hey man, join me, Godfrey," and he like, "Okay, I'll join you." With they were actually together, doing podcasts together. With you remember they would be together doing the podcast, and when he did that so they were like a team. They were together. He didn't have to tell him, "Don't do it." the point I'm making is he told him don't do it. It's just like Hollywood Shuffle when the dude was sitting in the reading room with Robert Townsend. He was like, "Don't be no Sambo. You know, they always just got a nigga selling drugs or a pimp or something. Don't be no Sambo. Hey, such and such, you next. Okay, boss, here I come." And then he go in there. And then at the end of the movie, Robert Townsend realized the dude that was telling him in the reading room, "Don't sell out," is actually took the part that Robert Townsend had a problem with taking because he was cool with being a Sambo. But he was actually telling Robert Townsend don't do it so he could get the part. So my point is,
you pretty much answering yourself. That's a weak-minded person.
Yeah, you saying, well, in that situation, Robert Townsend didn't really want to do it. He wanted to act, but he didn't want to. He wanted to do something.
Did he get the part?
He did get the part.
He
actually did.
All right. So,
but he quit at the end. Like he was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Okay. Well,
right.
You're gonna have to make your own decisions. It's good to have, somebody else's input.
My thing is,
but that doesn't mean that your input,
right,
I gotta look at as gospel.
I'm gonna park this car on my behalf. Lord Jamar, that was some punk shit. That was some sucker shit. And he just looked bad all the way around in the front of the world. But what I notice about today and today's time, it don't even matter. So much is going on. More information. Did he got arrested? This, that. It'll blow over. But you still fucked up. And for me personally, I know for a fact I'm never gonna join the other side. I'm not gonna join the other side. If I say something, I mean it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stand firm. When I say I'm about my people, I'm about my people. Like, and when I say it, I mean it. I'm not gonna backtrack, and you know what I'm saying? Whether I got embarrassed or not, you know what I'm saying? Just stay solid, man. And he just wasn't solid. He just kind of screwed himself. But like I said, it blew over. People forgot. People get high and drunk every day. They don't remember. So it ain't like everybody gonna keep holding them accountable for it. But that was some punk shit.
Mm. Okay.
Gottabeclean got style. No one move a crowd. The way we move a crowd, turn the system hella loud. Show them how we get down.